All right. Hello, everybody. This is Foxling Emeralda from Breaking Fairy. Welcome to the very first day of spring. So today there is absolutely no script. Normally I'd have a script to make sure I stay on, but this is a bit different. So, in Fairyland, there's always this belief that I've known that basically, this is bare bones here. On the very first day of spring, on the first day of winter, autumn, summer, they hold this big meeting. And the big meeting is to tell a story. And it's very much tradition to tell this story on the first day of each season. So this story is called the Season Fairy story. And because it's basically about how, I don't know how to explain it. It's about the first fairies. There's Alamara, the queen. Then the four season fairies are Aroma, Serena, Flower, and Abigalia. But before we get into that, I'd just like to say welcome to Breaking Fairy. On this channel, we like to discuss fairy myths, or myths in general. Sometimes on special days, I'll have a little post where I put something I like up. Like on Christmas, I did "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," the poem, and it was just a reading. Sometimes I post randomly like this and don't let you know. Most of the time, our videos will be live, and there is a live chat, so if you would please, you can use that live chat to talk to me, to others, especially during this video. Most of the time, I'm not able to see you because I'm reading off a script, but this time, there's no script, therefore, we're home free. On this channel, we also like to discuss the breaking of what I call the Tinkerbell myth, that all fairies are friendly, helpful beings to humans, when in reality, they're nasty little buggers. So, without further ado, let's get into the story. The very first fairy was Alamara. She was a great, 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 great queen. She had so much power. She controlled armies. She had so much power in her. And at some point she was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do all this. Like, I need somebody else to help take over. Therefore, cue the season fairies. She ended up getting married to this one guy. I can't remember his name. And they had 4 children. Only the plot twist, they're not quadruplets, guys. The reason why all this happens is because the youngest felt she didn't have enough power. So Aroma of Autumn, she was born first. And it was beautiful. She was very beautiful. She had long red hair. I think she had long red hair. Nobody ever knows anymore. It's snowing outside. Sorry. She had long red brown hair. She was like very skilled with painting, with all this different stuff. She was just an extremely powerful child. But it seemed that when she was born, it threw the seasons off kilter. So, cue the second child. The second child she had was Serena. Serena was summer. She was a summer fairy. I think she had short blonde hair. That's how she kept her hair, short blonde. Blue eyes. Only plot twist, everybody says that they're more gray because of how she basically had control of summer storms. She's one of the scariest out of the bunch. We don't. And it was like suddenly it was like a bit more even, but it was still off. Like there was 2 other seasons and they didn't get very much rep. Third child was Flower. Obviously, this is not winter. This is the spring fairy. She ended up being the kindest. That's a stereotype and a truth. So she ended up she loved all her creatures. She was a very powerful person. I think she ended up having, I can't even remember her hair color. There were so many different appearances of them. There was no way They could have all been so diverse and different, but they were. They were extremely diverse and different. The last one. The last one was Abigalia of Winter. And she grew up, and she was she was the weakest. She was just weak. She had absolutely no power in her. It seemed like her season lasted literally a month. So she decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change that. She grew extremely jealous of her 3 siblings because they were big, strong, and powerful. Why couldn't she be big, strong, and powerful? One moment. I'm doing a video! I'm not talking. I'm on YouTube. Right now? Yes. Excuse me for a second. You can face my wall. Hurry up, I'm filming.
Call?
No, not right now. You can have it maybe when Mom comes. Now shoot, and remember, stop bothering me. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm filming right now. Alright, I can still see you and hear you. Betty, go. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to watch. Sorry about that. That's my little sister. So basically, she grew jealous. That's literally the only thing you can explain. She was jealous that she wasn't as strong and she wasn't as powerful as these other ones. So what did she do? She started destroying their power. She literally attacked them one by one and got them to the point where they couldn't do anything. And then after that, and this was when Alamara, she wasn't dead, but she had gone away to fight in another war, and it didn't end well for her. Especially when she came back and saw that 3 of her daughters were unconscious and at near death. So Abigalia goes and she decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the smart thing, and I'm going to steal the season crystals that keep my sisters alive. These crystals held their power. They held so much power in them that it was like, whoa, you're really gonna kill them then. And it became absolutely they were just really powerful. That's all I can say about them. Obviously, if I were Fae, I'd know, but I'm not. So that's basically what happened. And then they were all weak. She was all on top of her throne. She's like, ha! At this point, winter had been lasting for almost a complete year. I believe it was 9 months when Alamara came back and found her daughter sitting on her throne. Everything was wasteful, and there was so much snow and ice and all this stuff. And Alamara was not happy with her. That's basically how you describe it. She was not happy. She was very angry that Abigail had decided to kill her sisters. She was frustrated and she was confused. She was like, dude, why? There's no sense. This makes no sense. And Abigail was just like, this isn't fair. It's basically the biggest sibling fight of all time, guys. The biggest sibling fight. I should know. I have 3 siblings, just like Abigalia, only I'm the oldest, and Betty, the one that was talking to me earlier, she is the youngest, and she starts many fights, but so do I. So all I can, Abigalia just described it as she was angry. She was very angry. That's all. And so, I can't remember exactly how, but I believe, Alamara was like, okay, but you're gonna have to, you're killing your sisters here. And Abigalia was like, what? And I don't really know how exactly that turned out, but it happened. And on top of that, it was suddenly there was less drama. I believe So basically, what happened after the huge fight, Elamar separated the Fae into Seelie courts. The Seelie court and the Unseelie court. They were the courts. The Seelies, I believe, were Spring and Summer, Serena and Flower, and the Unseelies were Aroma and Abigalia. Imagine having to, like, this is like sharing bedrooms, but like top notch, because now they have actual courts. And so as time just moved on, it was like, at least it's fair now. And I believe the whole point of like telling the story is you never know what you're doing when you start a fight. Like, you could be doing so much more than what you think you're doing. So that's a story they tell every month. No. Every season. Every season they tell this story. Now let's get into the second part of this video. If you do want to listen to a few updates, I will be talking about stuff like the coronavirus, my hair, because obviously it's shorter. I'll be talking about whatever else. You can click out now, as I see we have one viewer. Anywho, so the coronavirus. The coronavirus started in China and it spread. We all know that story. It's in the US now. I live in the US. It's in Minnesota. I live in Minnesota. Have I gotten it? No. I live in a very rural part of Minnesota, which means I am most likely safe. However, schools have been closed from yesterday, I believe, till next Friday. I got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week off, but I start online school on Monday so that we don't have to make it up at the end of the year. Yay me! Which is why I decided to do it at this time because I was like, hey, I gotta get it over with anyway. This is a very important video. I've been wanting to do this video since winter, and I can hear my sister singing. Betty! Stop singing, please! Yes! Yes! Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. And my hair. I wanted my hair cut short. It was at like here, and I was just like, it's annoying me because it was like mega big. I hated it so much. My mom loved it. My mom loved my lovely, huge hair. I, of course, did not. This strand is really bugging me. I just wanted my hair to be more tameable. And short is the best way to go when you want it tameable. So basically, that's my hair. That's coronavirus. So please stay safe. Everybody's telling you to wash your hands. Don't ignore them. My best friend stole my hand sanitizer, so otherwise I'd tell you to get your own, but I can't really talk because I don't have any. I'm talking to you, Lou. There's a lot of drama at my school right now. Stay safe. That's all I can tell you. So this has been Breaking Fairies. I am your host, Joyce, otherwise known as Foxling Emeralda. Sometimes I post on my other channel. I probably won't link it because I don't really care about it anymore. It's just sort of like I moved. I moved here. I'm going to stay here. Unless once in a while I want to post Camp NaNoWriMo updates. So yeah, this has been Breaking Fairies. I'm your host, Joyce. We talked on this channel. We also talked about this spring, first day of spring, the story of the seasons. We also on this channel, we've also read books. We've also read a little bit from my Irish fairy and folk tales that I got from Barnes and Noble. We've also have done research on changelings. One such story I did was Ethna the Bride. Another one was Bridget Clary. Please do check out my channel. Like if you liked this video. If you didn't like it, you can go ahead and dislike it. Tell me why at least. Yvette! Okay, bye.